You know, it's an awful funny thing to me how these pundits, these talking heads on the news, are saying it's Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump's fault that people are trying to kill him. Okay.
I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
The old hill dog. Let's see what she has.
And I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is. The late, great journalist Harry Evans, one time said that, journalists should, really try to achieve objectivity. And by that, he said, I mean, they should cover the object. Well, the object in this case is Donald Trump. His demagoguery, his danger to our country and the world, and stick with it.
Ooh, the old hill dog's barking again. That one was evil. You know that, right? God hates her. She never got over him whooping her. You know, that's one day after an assassination attempt. And she's calling for journalists to go after him more. You got to remember old Maxine Waters. Make them sure they ain't welcome. You see them in a gas station, you see them in a restaurant, get in their face. I think it's time we started getting in their face. Peaceably. We don't raise our hand in violence, but we tell them that they're propaganda scumbags and we won't do business with them. You can't buy nothing in my business. There's a door. Don't let it hit you or the door split you.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Just so we're clear, that's exactly how they want it. Don't ever forget. Obama repealed the Smith-Mundt Act the last month he was in office. I think it was. And gave over $1 billion to the State Department that renews every year to counter disinformation and foreign interference. Some of these people is making $20 million a year to do this. They're never going to stop. They're never going to stop until they're held accountable. Nobody on our side should construe anything I'm saying to mean acts of violence. But make these people understand they're not welcome, that we don't have nothing for them. If they come in your business, don't sell them nothing. I wouldn't sell one of these people a glass of water if they're dying of thirst. I don't care if they offer me $10,000 for it. No, sir. You tell them, you ain't welcome in my business. I reserve the right to refuse service to anyone at any time for any or no reason at all. And I'm refusing service to you. You propagandist, communist scumbag. You're a promoter of political violence and you prop up child traffickers. There's the door. Don't let it hit you or the good Lord split you. Don't come back now. You hear? Make them understand. We all understand and know. They're scum. We see you. We see you and we know what you're doing. Bye. Bye, Felicia.